Stock market today analysis for November 17th, 2022. Nasdaq down by 0.35%. S&P 500 down by 0.31%. U.S. Treasury 10-year yield up by 7.8 basis points. Gold down by 0.7%. Bitcoin up by 0.87%. Oil down by 4.21%. The VIX closed at 2393. Good old fear meter going down. Give us an indication that the stock market might go up. MMRI closed at 249.3, down a bit, giving us a little more indication the stock market might go up. Bonds, we see that 13-week down by 0.29%, 5-year up by 2.26%, 10-year up by 2.25%, 30-year up by 0.78%. And definitely off their 52-week highs, except for that 13-week. We got the S&P 500. Overall, we got the trend on the weekly still continuing to go up. Not as strong as it was going down, though, is it? But it's going up nonetheless. It's going up. We got a little bit of a pullback the last couple days. Opened here, closed higher. Had a big bull candle today, but it's below that that little floor that it made over the last couple days. Let's look. We kind of got this weird head and shoulder, a little bit of head right there, kind of hunchback shoulder there. Same thing in the technology sector, although it's broke a little bit above that little bit of support that it made. But we got enough money flowing in to turn it green. We got the weekly stochastic going up. We got this bit of a pullback, daily stochastic at the top, pulling over. We got some real weak amount of volume. Volume is weak in that sector. Healthcare really just got this base being built above that 200-day moving average, and pulled back a little bit to this when it's at about 131 or so, and tried to go a little higher, but selling pressure brought that in. So we're kind of getting a sort of a weak rally here. The financial sector, same thing, catching some support off that 200-day moving average. Price is pushing up to the top. There's a strong upward trend. We don't really have even though we got a strong weekly stochastic, strong looking weekly stochastic. See, it's not a real strong uptrend though. It's kind of a weak uptrend, but nonetheless, it's going up. Consumer discretionary, I got this doji looking candle closing below all the moving averages now. Just losing the battle with that 25-day moving average and on some weak volume. Industrial sector above all three moving averages, had a strong candle to the upside, but it basically gapped when it opened, dropped down here, way down there, touching the support line, and then buying pressure pushed it all the way up to the top. So now we're closing just like right below this little resistance support line that it's making. Got that strong uptrend, at least on the weekly, but looking at the the price action, like everything else, kind of been selling off the last couple days. IWM dropped down with a doji looking candle. Same thing, we got the real weak uptrend going on. Q's looking the same, like a lot of those other stocks. Opened up, dropped down to open up right a little bit above that 50-day moving average, and buying pressure pushed it up, but not enough. Some selling came in once it started testing this that area right in there. The dollar opened up a little higher but sold off. Seems to be building a base right in here. But on a weekly, getting that trend, strong trend, looking to the downside on the weekly stochastic. But prices just kind of going sideways over the last couple days. And bonds kind of moving sideways. Open and closing in the bottom 10% of yesterday's candle. And on our line chart, we're still outside of that channel, but it's having a tough time going up to the top. But nonetheless, not dropping, not breaking through that channel. Right now it's remaining out, so maybe it'll start kind of building base right in there and grind slowly higher via going sideways. Oil really sold off today. Huge drop in oil, about a $4 drop. Now it's starting to regain on this new candle, which is probably the 18th via Eastern Standard Time. And so now we're retesting this support of 81. I think probably not too long of time we're going to be back here between 85 and 88 would be my guess. GOLD sold off today, and then but not not as much as some of the other stocks. Really just building this, seem to be catching some support here at 1760, and you see a little bit of buying pressure bringing that in. And Bitcoin is starting to build this base, going sideways right below the 17,000 area, and tested down here a little bit lower than 16,000, but rallied up, and if it continues to perform like it's done over the last X amount of months, it's going to go sideways for a while. It's going to break out a little bit, and then sooner or later it's going to be down there testing some lower number. The best thing to do if you're relatively new to any of this stuff, the best thing to do is paper trade. Test out some stuff. Don't be risking real money when you don't know what you're doing. Get some beginner mistakes cleaned out through paper trading, so you're at least you know what buttons to press. You basically understand how to navigate your brokerage, how to put orders in, kind of experiment with some different stocks, see what type of strategies fit into your lifestyle, and get some paper trading going. And I would suggest learning this trade, learning to sell cash secured put options on stocks that you don't mind owning the rest of your life. Tell you what, it's really quite easy once you learn how to do it. It's really quite easy, and what I like about it the most is that at the end of expiration, it just doesn't matter what happens. You buy the stock, you don't buy the stock, you make money no matter what. You don't buy the stock, you make money because you kept the premium. You buy the stock, you still keep the premium, and you potentially have a stock that's going to pay you a dividend, and you start writing covered calls against it. And then sooner or later, as long as you're writing covered calls higher than the price you bought the stock at, sooner or later you probably sell that stock off, and you just end up making money from a variety of directions. And it's almost like it doesn't matter which direction the stock is moving. So Go to iofsuccess.com, get that, download any of the stuff. You guys have a fantastic day. Bye-bye.